Ever since Nintendo came out with their drastic sales expectation cuts for the Wii U and 3DS this week, gamers everywhere have been wondering whether Nintendo are in trouble. Well, less wondering and more exclaiming it to be true because they're really smart, aren't they? Go figure. Here's what we know so far. If you don't really understand the concept of fiscal years or stocks, look it up. The internet's big. Satoru Iwata, the president of Nintendo, came out on Friday and stated that the expected sales for the Wii U this fiscal year have been slashed from 9 million to 2.8 million. The 3DS has also had a drastic slash from 19 million units to 13.5 million units. This has had other effects on the company, resulting in a projected 35 billion yen loss and a reducing the value of Nintendo stock by more than 6.15%. Here's the deal. Nintendo really did mess up with the Wii U in many ways, and it's the real reason why Nintendo has lost money this year. I don't think you can call it a failure like some people do because they don't have a brain, but Nintendo messed up in some big ways. When a bunch of people have absolutely no interest in buying your console, your marketing would have been awful. Was this expected? Yeah, I thought they were going to lose money this year because the 3DS can't carry the weight of the Wii U as well. But is Nintendo doomed? No way. People think the Wii U is this gen's equivalent of the Dreamcast, but there's a clear difference between Sega at the time and Nintendo now. Nintendo has a successful handheld and lots of money left in the bank. Sega did not. Simple as that. I also don't understand why people think the Wii U is doomed when, compared to other successful consoles, it's really doing fine. The PS3 was selling awfully in 2007. Look at it now. It's profitable. Things change. Also, Iwata has come out and stated that they're coming into the new year with renewed focus, so I think Nintendo may finally be learning to really secure third-party support and utilize better marketing. And no, Michael Pachter, I don't think they're going to drop the Wii U because they're not complete idiots like you seem to be. Something I find really odd is how people think a company is in the complete shit because they lost money one year. You need to remember that most companies have a large surplus of money and assets. They don't sit in boardrooms and say, whoa, we did a good job scraping by this year, let's keep that up and not gather more assets in case we have a bad year, which is bound to happen. Of course, losing money is never a good sign, but companies can recover from that. Nintendo has only lost money a few years out of their long history, so it's not really a big deal if they lose money this year, unless it were something like 20 trillion yen, in which case they'd be absolutely screwed. If anything, gamers are being really blind to other gaming-related companies and their financial troubles. Even the big ones. I'll bet some of you didn't know this. Sony has lost money for the last 5 fiscal years, excluding 2013. Not just the PlayStation brand, but all of Sony. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I'll bet you also didn't know this. I know I didn't until I started doing some research. According to MacroAxis, there's a nearly 80% chance that Sony will go bankrupt within the next 2 years. Oh my god, that's bad. Nintendo is at about 22% and Microsoft is at 1%. So the people saying that the Xbox One spelt doom and gloom for Microsoft, no. Sony, the guys who made the PS4, are in real, legitimate trouble. If anything, you should be asking yourself, is Sony in trouble? Because they actually are. While the PlayStation brand has recovered and the PS4 is certainly helping out, almost all their other products are in a bad way. So you need to think about Sony more than Nintendo. And don't say, well, you're a Sony hater, because that couldn't be further from the truth. PlayStation is my platform of choice alongside PC, and I don't want to see Sony go bankrupt. But facts are facts. Nintendo is really fine. They're not screwed like some people think. They're not in dire straits. They're fine. Let's forget about Nintendo and actually focus on the real bad news instead of blowing non-issues out of proportion because you prefer one corporation over another.